Hello and welcome to day 31 of Lessons from My Mom's Camera. If you're new here, a little bit of background. My mom recorded herself do these challenges where she would pursue a specific goal for this cycle. It's a 77-day challenge where she wakes up early and takes a walk before breakfast, checking her phone and coffee. And while she's at it, she shares a quote for the day. And this is me watching the videos with you. She passed away in 2024 from lung cancer, and I guess this is my way of revisiting her life and making new memories by seeing life through her lens. Let's see what her message for today is.
Good morning and welcome to day 31. Our food for thought for today comes from Don Miguel Ruiz, the author of The Four Agreements. And this is the third agreement in his book, but I want to use this first. It is short and simple. Don't make assumptions. Let me say that again. Don't make assumptions. You probably have heard of the word assume, A-S-S-U-M-E. If you write that down, split it into three separate words: ASS, the letter U, and the letters ME. Then you basically get what happens when you make assumptions. But if we're honest with ourselves, we all at one time or another have made assumptions. Sometimes small assumptions, sometimes really huge assumptions that can significantly change our lives. I am not immune to that. I've made assumptions. Oh, I thought you were going to do this. Oh, I assumed. Oh, assumptions can be very, very destructive. Let me share one example from Stephen Covey. He had a talk, and usually his talks are always fully booked, sold out. So the room was packed, and as he was speaking, there were these two members of the audience sitting up close to him, up front near the stage, who were busy chatting. And I mean, being human initially, he felt offended. He was thinking, you sit there and you're busy chatting while I'm trying to share some really important messages, important ideas about how to be more effective as individuals, how to be more successful in your relationships and all that. And there's these two people just constantly chatting up there in the front row. It bothered him initially. But then, being Covey, he realized, no, I'm not going to make assumptions. I'm just going to go on and not let them affect me. And then during a break, he went up to them. He wanted to find out what was going on. What was he doing that they didn't like? Why were they just so disrespectfully chatting while he was speaking? But he didn't even get the chance to ask them, because as he walked up to them, one of them turned to him and said, "Oh, Dr. Covey, your ideas were so wonderful, and I was translating to my friend here." And then he realized, they were busy, but they were not chatting. The one of them was translating to the other, and the other one was nodding and trying to speak and clarify what he was hearing. So there you are. That's just one example, and I could think of a lot more. Some of them are a little bit too personal maybe to share, and some would take a longer time to narrate it. And my brain is really foggy this morning because I went to bed close to 3 a.m. I still dragged myself out because this was a promise that I would get up and do my walk. So I'm not going to share too much right now. I already have, but I'm going to head out now for my walk. But think about it, just as I'll be thinking about it. Don't make assumptions. Your relationships could be better. Your performance could be better. Your life could be better if you don't ever make assumptions. or at least do your best not to make assumptions. On that thought, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. And I am heading out. See you tomorrow.
Oh, my cutie! My cutie mama! She's so cute! I'm getting distracted. She mentioned something first before we go to the impromptu practice. She said she slept at 3 a.m. I mean, I've already said this in the previous videos that I guess we really are more of nocturnal creatures, like my family, everyone. And it's just interesting how she's kind of swimming against the current right now by keeping this promise. And it makes me wonder, what would this have looked like if it was a challenge that would still be in line with her natural rhythm? And it's interesting to mention that because exactly her natural rhythm, and our society really imposes specific structure which could actually be not what do you call that, could not be optimum for other people. It makes me think about me as well, especially the narrative of getting some sun in the morning, and I'm just like, I would love to, and I would do, those morning routines and ground, get my bare feet on the grass, get some sun. But it makes me wonder, and maybe that's going to be like one of my experiments, is, can you really shift? I haven't really tried, to be honest. I haven't really tried. It's not something that I've really had any reason for, but I am curious. If you hear some, that's my cat. She's angry with her tail. But yeah, it just makes me think about, like, she slept again at 3 a.m. So it makes me wonder, what would life really look like if you assumed, let's use the word, if you assumed your place, your rhythm, your space, the way you navigate or operate in time. Anyway, okay, let's do the impromptu. Let me put on the timer and go. Imagine a lasso. That's what I see when I think about the word assumptions. And Ruiz, in his 4 agreements, the third one said, don't make assumptions. And when it comes to a recent experience of mine, actually just last night, these past few days, these past few weeks, I have been guilty of making assumptions, and I actually still, until now, haven't had a confirmation of what's really going on the other side of the world, but I have made my assumptions, and it actually hasn't served me. So when she breaks down the word assume, and she says, if you break it down into 3 parts, it's the word, and then you, me. And she's pretty much saying that if you respect the truth or the reality of what's happening on the other side, any party, then maybe it frees you, it liberates you from whatever's in your head, the stories and the narratives. And when it comes to my experience just recently, and actually I'm still untangling myself from the assumptions that I've made that have tripped me up so bad. It's funny how people say, hey, don't make it about you. And interestingly enough, what freed me from the stories was exactly the very thing of making it about me. Meaning, place your focus on yourself, girl. This is not about the other person. whatever you're feeling right now, whatever stories that you're creating are assumptions that you've made yourself. Nobody else is responsible for it but you. So now, what are you gonna do about it? Thank you. I saw the timer and it's like 3, 2, 1. So I guess I'll end on what are you gonna do about it? Like a question. Instead of a conclusion, I'll throw it back as an open-ended loop for the listener to answer themselves. But yeah, it was. Let me indulge in a little bit of story today. These past few weeks have been rough. It's been rough because, and without going into detail, I filled in the blanks of what was happening on the other side of the world, and because I haven't heard from the party at the other side, I've just made assumptions, stories, narratives in my head that actually just don't serve me. And the lesson I'm learning right now, hopefully I'm graduating today. I think I've graduated, but there's still residual patterns in my mind of, like, oh, maybe like this, maybe like that. It's hard to give examples because then the story kind of reveals itself. But it's tough. You make assumptions, so it's so tough. Mom and her timing with these messages. Assumptions only hurt you. And it gets worse if it hurts another person because of the behavior, your response to it, which is founded on thin air, pretty much nothing but a story you made up in your head. And for me, it's been such a reckoning to confront, what stories do I come up with? What stories do I come up with? And really confront it and say, why? Why is that what you immediately assume? So these past few weeks, especially these past few days, have been such a unraveling of narratives and just peeling these off. Maybe it's a coping mechanism, a defense mechanism, a survival mechanism, maybe that I've developed from childhood of trying to resolve open loops in my mind, when in fact it's just about being comfortable with uncertainty. I guess that's also one of the lessons of don't make assumptions. Your mind just tries to grasp and resolve something by creating conclusions which may not exist right now. Maybe for the other person, the reality is very evident to them, but for you it's not. And that discomfort of not knowing switches on your survival mechanism, that loop that we keep getting sucked back into of what's going on. I need to know. And then the story that happens after that, when your mind tries to resolve it. And the practice that the gift of a lesson and wisdom that I was given, despite being, oh my gosh, it was rough. It was rough. I don't know if you see, like, my eyes have been puffy. I've just been crying. My appetite has been kind of a little not low, but I take care of myself. But it was just letting go, observing my thoughts, being really honest with myself and say, why is this uncomfortable? For you. Nobody else but you. And just the oxymoron of it, it's just so funny, like life's riddles. I kept on finding myself in the middle of two truths. It's not about you, and it's all about you. Yeah. And just existing in that, from moving yourself in that container of it's not about you, it's about you, and then kind of zooming out and seeing the bigger picture of like, this is a loop that you're plopping yourself into. It's always going to be a loop. There's no resolve to this, because that's how it functions. That's how it behaves. It's a loop. And to recognize that and watch it like it's a loop. It's not about you, but it's about you. What's happening, what's going on. I need to know. I'm trying to resolve it. And then kind of like observing it from a distance, and then asking yourself like, what else is happening in the present moment? You know? Anyway, 16 minutes. So yeah, that's my take and that's my story for today. You guys have a great June 10, 11, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 32. Goodbye.